You're looking at basement, ground, first, second, and roof essentially. The first thing we did was we introduced an atrium, and this is a low-hanging fruit. It's a simple mechanism you can do in a building that encourages natural ventilation, reduces the load on your air conditioning system, and it creates a sense of well-being for the users as well. It basically uses a stack effect to cool the building by sucking natural air through the building. The other thing we did was we introduced green walls and green roofs. You know, it's kind of very, very soft interventions, but we also encourage the client to plant the green walls with vegetables to use in the kitchen of the office building. We also had a rainwater cistern. We captured rainwater, and we also dumped the condensate from the air conditioning units into that tank. Air conditioning actually generates quite a bit of water through condensation, and that is unharnessed at the moment. So we were recuperating that condensate, which turned out to be a lot of gallons per day. And we did some other things that are less, less low-hanging fruit, and as we're going up the tree, if you can remember, the more expensive interventions, tried to harness sun energy. It's difficult to do here in Trinidad because the payback time is very long. But what we did was we tried to encourage solar water heating, which isn't that expensive to do. And we actually preheated the water by running the pipes on the roof so that the sun hits the pipes, so that when the water gets to the tanks, they're already warm. So it takes even less energy to warm the water. And then we had some wind scoops, some urban wind scoops to help generate more energy. Within the building, we had a real-time carbon monitoring, so anybody who walked in the building could see how much carbon tons this building was emitting at any one time. So that's just a summary of that building and what we tried to do. Other features is we tried to allow natural light to come into the space so that we would use less electrical lighting. We provide sun shading everywhere in the building, wherever there was glass. And sun is our sun is so intense here that it really does heat up a space and even makes it more difficult to cool. All right. We also try to use locally sourced materials. If you think about it, when you import a lot of material, you're expending a lot of energy and fuel to transport that material here. We encourage rainwater percolation rather than rapid runoff. The reason why we have so much flooding in Trinidad is because we have so much development, and every development is creating a kind of a filter straight into the drains. If we allowed our water to percolate, it would help quite a bit. So less solid surfaces, more permeable surfaces like pavers and so on. We optimized our heat footprint, meaning we made sure the building was least exposed to the sun, and wherever we had openings, they would be shaded. We use native landscaping or xeriscaping, which means we use plants that are drought resistant, consuming less water, and because it's native, it consumes less pesticides and fertilizers. And we tried to help the owners develop an education and awareness program for their staff. So that's really a kind of a broad, general picture of some of the concepts on going green, and really just to promote thinking green. Thank you.
Touching a little bit on the overall picture of the energy sector, what foreign direct investment looks for us right now, stressing the need as to why we need to attract foreign direct investment. And I will also give an overview of the Energy Chamber and some of our initiatives that we hope would attract investment as well. The Energy Chamber is really delighted to be asked to speak at this event, since promoting environment-based and environment efficiency services are issues that the Energy Chamber has long been committed to. The recent 2011 budget featured several measures to increase investment into the energy sector, focusing not only on stimulating upstream exploration and production, but also creating avenues for investment into renewable and alternative energy. These government policy directives are really a step in the right direction, and something the Chamber has long advocated. We see sustained investment into the energy sector as critical to short, medium, and long-term national development. However, the Energy Chamber is adamant that any investment focus should not only center on capital costs, but also human investment. Paying attention to building worker competencies and skill sets will usher in a new era where Trinidad and Tobago becomes a net exporter of energy sector expertise. Trinidad and Tobago's hydrocarbon resource, and in particular its natural gas, have enabled it to become the most industrialized Caribbean nation. Foreign investment in the energy sector accounts for over 90% of the country's export earnings. The country is well experienced in exploration, production, refining, and other process plant type operations, for example, petrochemicals. And Trinidad and Tobago continues to be one